Gemini, you are not to blame for what is going to happen. Dear Gemini, the stars are aligning in a way that will bring you profound insight, and you may find yourself at a crossroads. You may have felt like you've been walking in circles lately, unsure of which direction to take. But I need you to know that right now, everything happening is part of a greater plan, one that you have been unknowingly moving toward for some time. As we embark on this journey, it's time to release the heavy burden of self-blame and embrace the clarity that the universe is guiding you towards. The message is simple yet powerful. You are not to blame for the challenges that have come your way. The unfolding of these events is part of the cosmic flow, a force larger than any single choice you could have made. This is not a time for guilt. It's a time for growth. There is so much ahead of you. This is just the beginning of something extraordinary. Now, take a deep breath and allow yourself to be open to the journey that lies ahead. Let go of the past, and let's step into the light of a new beginning. Like, share, and subscribe as we walk together through this awakening. Gate 1. Money, Career, and Purpose. Gemini, your journey in the realms of money, career, and purpose has been anything but straightforward. As a sign known for your versatility, intelligence, and adaptability, you've always been capable of thriving in many environments, and yet, in recent times, it might feel as though the universe is testing your limits. There's been a certain restlessness within you, a sense that you're not quite where you should be, or that you're not living up to your full potential. You've been questioning the direction of your career, wondering if the choices you made were the right ones, and perhaps most importantly, wondering if you're doing enough to secure the future you've always dreamed of. It's natural to feel this way, especially when life presents unexpected challenges. But what I want you to understand, Gemini, is that you are not to blame for where you are right now. We often blame ourselves for things beyond our control. When things don't go according to plan, our first instinct is to find fault, to search for where we went wrong. But that's not the answer, and that's not how the universe works. What you're experiencing right now is not a result of poor decisions or a lack of effort on your part. You have worked hard, you have dedicated yourself, and yet, it might feel like the fruits of your labor are just out of reach. What you need to realize is that the universe is organizing events behind the scenes, guiding you in ways you may not fully understand yet. In life, just like in nature, things sometimes need to be pruned before they can truly grow. Think of the process as a gardener tending to a plant. Sometimes the leaves and branches that are no longer necessary must be trimmed so that the plant can grow stronger and more vibrant. Your current financial and career struggles are part of this natural process. Perhaps you have faced challenges with a particular job, or maybe you've been feeling stuck, wondering if you're meant to do something else. This sense of being in limbo, of feeling stagnant, is not a punishment. It's an invitation for you to align more closely with your true purpose. If you look at the trajectory of many successful individuals, you'll see a similar story. Take someone like Steve Jobs, for instance. He was fired from the company he founded, Apple, only to return years later and revolutionize the tech industry in ways no one could have predicted. Had he given in to self-blame or become discouraged by the setbacks he faced, he might not have had the chance to fulfill his destiny. You see, Gemini, your path is no different. Your struggles are not failures. They are simply stepping stones guiding you to something greater, something that resonates with your soul's deepest purpose. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of failure, especially when things don't unfold the way we imagined. But real growth, real success, rarely happens without some form of discomfort. For you, Gemini, the discomfort you're feeling is the universe preparing you for something much bigger. It's clearing out the old so that new opportunities can arise. The career path you've been walking might not be the one you're meant to stay on, and that's okay. Sometimes, we have to make room for new beginnings, even if it feels scary or uncertain. Take a moment and think about your strengths, your ability to adapt, to communicate, to see things from multiple perspectives. These are not just traits, they are gifts that will guide you toward your true calling. It might not be immediately obvious where you are heading, but trust that with your innate talents, the right opportunity will come. This is not the time to second-guess yourself or to fall into a cycle of self-blame. Instead, focus on what you've learned and how these lessons have shaped the person you are becoming. It's easy to believe that we should be in control of everything, that we should be able to predict the future and ensure that every decision leads to success. But the truth is, we are all part of something much bigger. Your career and financial journey is not solely dependent on your efforts alone. It is intertwined with the cosmic flow of the universe, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time and patience for things to align perfectly. What you're going through right now, Gemini, is simply a recalibration, a process of clearing away the old so that you can step into the new. There are moments in life when we need to surrender to the process, trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. When you release the self-blame and stop searching for where you went wrong, you will open yourself up to the flow of opportunities that are headed your way. Trust that everything that has happened, every job, every decision, every success, and every setback has been preparing you for the path that lies ahead. There is no failure in this process, only growth. You are being guided to step into a place where your work and your purpose are aligned, where you can shine your brightest. Think of someone like J.K. Rowling, who faced multiple rejections before her first Harry Potter book was published. She could have easily given up, blamed herself for not being good enough, or believed that success was out of reach. Instead, she trusted the process and persevered, and the world is better for it. You, Gemini, have that same strength. You might not be able to see it yet, but you are being prepared for something extraordinary. This is your time to trust the unfolding of your journey, knowing that the universe is organizing every detail. Now, Gemini, take a deep breath and let go of the pressure you've been putting on yourself. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. The opportunities you seek are already on their way, and all you need to do is stay open to them. Your time to step into the fullness of your purpose is coming. And when it does, you will realize that everything you've been through has led you to this moment. This is the beginning of something magnificent. Gate 2. Loss and the end of a chapter. Gemini, life is always in flux, and you, more than anyone, know that change can feel like both a blessing and a curse. But even for someone as adaptable as you, the end of a chapter, whether it's a relationship, a career, or a phase of your life, can stir up a whirlwind of emotions. You may feel a sense of loss, a sense that something you once held dear has slipped away from your grasp. This feeling can be incredibly painful, and it's easy to get caught up in self-blame, wondering if you could have done something differently to prevent the end from coming. But let me remind you, Gemini, that endings are not punishments, nor are they a reflection of your worth. What is ending is not a result of your actions, but rather a necessary part of the cosmic flow of life. The truth is, loss is a part of life. Sometimes it's not even something we can control. When one chapter closes, it often clears the space for a new one to begin. We may not always understand why things happen the way they do, especially when it feels like we've lost something we truly cherished. But trust that the universe has a plan for you, and the end of this chapter is setting the stage for something far better. It's easy to focus on the absence, to dwell on what you no longer have, but in doing so, you risk missing the new opportunities that are quietly waiting for you. If we look at the way the seasons work, we see that there is a natural cycle of endings and beginnings. Just as the trees shed their leaves in the fall, you too are shedding old energies, relationships, and situations that no longer align with your growth. While this process might feel uncomfortable, even heartbreaking at times, it's necessary for your evolution. It's important to remember that what has left your life was never meant to stay forever. If something has ended, it was part of a much larger plan, a plan that was designed with your highest good in mind. Consider the story of someone like Elizabeth Gilbert, who experienced the end of her marriage and the loss of what she thought was the life she would live forever. Yet, in the aftermath of this painful chapter, she embarked on a journey of self-discovery that led to the creation of the book Eat, Pray, Love. That journey, though painful, was what ultimately led her to a new chapter in her life, filled with growth, adventure, and love. Like Elizabeth, you too can find a new path after the loss, even if it feels impossible right now. Loss teaches us about our own resilience. It reveals our capacity for healing and transformation. When one door closes, the universe will always open another, though it may not be immediately apparent. And Gemini, You are more than capable of navigating this transition. The endings you are experiencing are simply setting you up for a deeper connection with your true self and a clearer alignment with your soul's purpose. As the old energies leave, you are creating space for new opportunities that resonate with who you are now, not who you were in the past. Remember that it's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel the sadness that comes with loss. But also remember that grief is not permanent. It's part of the healing process. Allow yourself to feel those emotions, but don't let them define you. You are not the sum of your losses, but rather the sum of your ability to rise from them. You are a dynamic, ever-evolving sign, and what has ended is only a stepping stone to your next phase of growth. The beauty of endings is that they free us. They liberate us from situations, relationships, and energies that no longer serve our highest good. What you are experiencing now is simply the universe's way of clearing the path for something better. The pain you feel today will eventually be replaced with the joy of new beginnings. Trust that in time, the pain of loss will fade, and you will look back on this moment as a turning point, an opportunity for growth that you didn't know you needed. As you process this transition, allow yourself to embrace the uncertainty that comes with it. The unknown is often where the greatest transformation happens. You are being prepared for something much greater than what you are leaving behind. What is coming next will bring you deeper clarity, purpose, and fulfillment than you can imagine. So, don't rush the process of healing. Take your time, trust in the unfolding, and know that this chapter is not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of something even more extraordinary. Gate 3. Spiritual love and soul connections. Gemini, as you continue to walk the path of transformation, you may feel the pull of a deeper connection, one that transcends the physical world. Spiritual love, the kind of connection that comes from the soul, is not always easy to understand, especially when our hearts have been bruised by past experiences or misunderstandings. But in this moment, the universe is inviting you to connect with love on a much higher frequency, a love that isn't bound by earthly limitations. It's a love that connects you to your true essence and to others in a profound, meaningful way. This type of spiritual love is not about possession, attachment, or control. It is about deep, unconditional acceptance and understanding. It's a love that doesn't demand anything from you, but instead encourages you to open your heart to the divine energy that flows through all things. As a Gemini, you are naturally curious and open-minded, and you often seek intellectual connections with others. But now, the universe is guiding you towards something even deeper, a connection that speaks directly to your soul. You may already feel the presence of this spiritual love in your life, Gemini. It might show up in the form of a friendship, a romantic relationship, or even a fleeting moment with a stranger that feels like it has an eternal impact. These connections are not random. They are part of your soul's evolution, each one guiding you closer to your true self. Sometimes, these relationships can feel intense or overwhelming, as though they are pulling you in a direction you weren't expecting. But trust that these soul connections are here to help you heal, to show you a reflection of your highest potential, and to remind you of the infinite love that exists within you. Take, for example, the relationship between Rumi and Shams of Tabriz. Their connection was not of this world. It was a deep, spiritual bond that transcended time and space. Rumi was a poet and a mystic, and Shams was his spiritual teacher. Their love was not based on earthly desire or romantic attachment, but on a deep soul connection that awakened Rumi to the divine presence within and around him. Their bond, though brief in the physical sense, created a ripple effect of wisdom and beauty that continues to resonate to this day. This is the kind of spiritual love that you are being invited to experience, Gemini. Spiritual love is not always easy to embrace because it asks you to surrender. Surrender to the flow of the universe, surrender to the divine plan, and surrender to the idea that love does not always look the way we expect it to. It may not come in the form of a perfect romantic partnership, and it may not always come with immediate gratification. Instead, it comes in moments of stillness, in moments of connection, and in moments of awakening. This kind of love asks you to trust in the unseen forces that are guiding you, to trust in the divine timing of your life. Gemini, as you open yourself to this spiritual love, you will begin to see the world through a different lens. You will notice the beauty in the simplest moments, the deep wisdom in the connections you form, and the power of your own heart to heal and transform. You will understand that love is not something to be found outside of yourself. It is something that already resides within you. As you begin to experience this love, you will also begin to see how interconnected everything is. Every person you meet, every experience you have, is a part of the greater cosmic dance that is unfolding. And you, Gemini, are a vital part of that dance. In your search for spiritual love, it's important to release any expectations. The universe is bringing these connections into your life not for you to control, but for you to experience and grow from. These relationships are meant to teach you the true meaning of love, not just as an emotion, but as a force that heals, transforms, and transcends the physical world. Allow yourself to be open to these connections and trust that they are here to guide you towards your highest self. It may be difficult to fully understand the depth of these spiritual relationships right away, but over time, the lessons they bring will become clearer. You may find yourself drawn to certain people, even if you don't fully understand why. You may find yourself feeling an inexplicable bond with someone you've just met or experiencing moments of deep understanding with others. These connections are reminders that you are never truly alone, that love flows through all things, and that your soul is always connected to the greater whole. As you continue to explore these soul connections, Gemini, remember that love is not a destination but a journey. It's a journey that invites you to look within, to see yourself as the beautiful, infinite being you are, and to share that love with the world. You are not only here to receive love, but to give it, to spread it in ways that heal, inspire, and uplift those around you. When you align with this spiritual love, you will find that everything in your life begins to shift. Relationships become deeper, your purpose becomes clearer, and your heart becomes fuller. Gate 4. Personal growth and empowerment. Gemini, as you continue to evolve through the changes that life has presented, you may start to feel a powerful shift within yourself, a deeper sense of self-awareness, inner strength, and clarity. This is the beginning of a new phase of personal growth and empowerment, one that will propel you toward the most authentic version of yourself. The universe is guiding you toward the understanding that you are not a passive participant in your life, but rather an active creator, shaping your destiny through your thoughts, choices, and actions. This is your time, Gemini. The time to reclaim your power, to stand in your truth, and to embrace the full force of your potential. For far too long, you may have allowed external circumstances or other people's opinions to define you. Perhaps you've been too focused on meeting the expectations of others, or maybe you've been stuck in a pattern of self-doubt, wondering if you're worthy of the success and happiness you desire. But this is the moment when you must break free from those chains and realize that your worth is not determined by external validation. It is inherent within you, a part of your very essence. You are born with the power to create, to manifest, and to live the life you desire. Take a deep breath, Gemini, and recognize the strength that lies within you. You have always been resilient, able to adapt and adjust to whatever life throws your way. But now, it's time to tap into that deeper strength, the strength that comes from within. The strength that isn't swayed by external circumstances or fleeting emotions, but one that comes from knowing who you truly are at your core. You are powerful, and you have the ability to shape your reality in ways that you never thought possible. Consider the journey of someone like Maya Angelou, who faced immense hardships throughout her life but used those experiences to fuel her empowerment and impact on the world. Despite the challenges, she transformed her pain into wisdom, and her voice became a source of healing and strength for millions. Her story is a testament to the power of inner growth and empowerment. She understood that her worth wasn't defined by the obstacles she faced, but by her ability to rise above them and use her experiences to create positive change. You, Gemini, are on the verge of realizing your own inner power in much the same way. Life may have thrown challenges your way, but now is the time to see them as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Every challenge you have faced has been an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The struggles you've endured are not failures, but lessons that have prepared you for the greatness that is coming into your life. This is your moment to stop doubting yourself and start trusting in the power that lies within. The beauty of personal growth is that it doesn't always happen in a linear way. It often comes in waves. One moment, you may feel confident and unstoppable, and the next, you may feel uncertain and lost. But both of these moments are part of your journey. It's okay to feel doubt, as long as you don't let it control you. Growth isn't about being perfect or having it all together. It's about allowing yourself the space to evolve, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. It's about trusting that you are always moving forward, even when it doesn't feel that way. Gemini, as you step into your power, it's important to recognize that personal growth is not just about achieving goals or reaching milestones. It's about embracing the journey, with all of its ups and downs. It's about understanding that your worth is not tied to what you accomplish, but to who you are at your core. You are already enough. The empowerment you seek has always been inside you, waiting for you to awaken to it. Take some time to reflect on how far you've come. Look at the lessons you've learned, the wisdom you've gained, and the strength you've cultivated. You've already been through so much, and yet, here you are, standing tall, ready to face whatever comes next. You have everything you need within you to create the life you desire. The only thing standing in your way is the fear of stepping fully into your power. Let go of that fear, Gemini, and trust that the universe has your back. As you embrace your personal growth, know that you are not alone. You are supported by the infinite wisdom of the universe, the strength of your own heart, and the love of those who truly care about you. This is your time to shine, Gemini. This is your time to step into the fullest version of yourself and to show the world just how powerful and beautiful you truly are. Remember, personal growth is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey. Embrace the changes, the challenges, and the victories with grace and courage, knowing that you are always evolving, always growing, and always becoming more of the person you were always meant to be. Conclusion: embracing the transformation. Gemini, as we come to the end of this transformative journey, it's important to remember one thing above all: you are not alone in this. The struggles, the losses, and the challenges you have faced are part of your story, but they do not define you. What defines you is your ability to rise, to learn, and to grow. The universe has been guiding you every step of the way, orchestrating every event, every connection, and every experience with precision and care. It has been pushing you toward a higher understanding of who you truly are and what you are meant to become. This moment of change, though uncomfortable at times, is not a punishment. It is a gift. It's a gift of awakening, a chance for you to shed the old layers of doubt, fear, and self-blame that have held you back for far too long. As you step into this new chapter of your life, know that you are stronger than you realize, more capable than you have ever believed, and more worthy of happiness and success than you ever imagined. The growth you are experiencing now is not just about external achievements or tangible success. It is about your inner transformation, your spiritual awakening, and your deepening connection to your soul's purpose. As you embrace this new version of yourself, you will see that everything begins to fall into place. The relationships that are meant for you will align effortlessly. The career opportunities that truly resonate with your soul's calling will present themselves. And most importantly, you will find peace within yourself, knowing that you are on the right path, exactly where you are supposed to be. It's time for you to let go of the guilt, the self-doubt, and the fear of the unknown. You are not to blame for what has happened, and you are not responsible for fixing everything. Trust the flow of life. Trust the universe's plan, and trust yourself. You are capable of more than you realize, and the universe is working with you to manifest your highest good. Embrace the changes, the opportunities, and the lessons that are coming your way. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and know that you are deserving of all the good that is headed your way. Gemini, your journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come. The transformation you are experiencing now is only the first step toward a life that is aligned with your true self. You are stepping into a new era, one where you are empowered, confident, and deeply connected to your soul's purpose. As you embrace this transformation, remember that you are not alone. You have the support of the universe, and you have the strength within you to navigate any challenge that comes your way. As you move forward, remember that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness. The path ahead may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Keep moving forward, trusting in the process, and know that you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. Your time to shine is here, Gemini. Step into it with confidence and grace.